Statistically, 92% of you are going to fail your New Year's resolutions. That's just a fact, but it doesn't have to be, because after years of trial and error and, let's be honest, failure, I've come up with this 2-minute hack that will drastically increase your odds of finally following through. And the best news is, it's completely backed by science. But in order to understand why this is going to work, we first need to understand why it is that most people fail. So the first reason why most people fail is they never get clear. Did you know that you're 42% more likely to achieve a goal if you just write it down? That's it. All you have to do is write it down and you're 42% more likely to achieve it. The problem is when people actually do write down what they want to do, it's so vague that it's meaningless. Like, I want to work out more this year, or I want to eat less junk food. But unless you plan on keeping this detailed Excel spreadsheet of the packets of Doritos you scoff down your throat, then it's totally meaningless. There's no way of making progress on that. The next reason why most people fail is what I like to call the Superman effect. And this is probably the one that I'm most guilty of, which is every year, year on year, you think, you know what? Come January 1st, I'm going to do it all. I'm going to do everything. I'm going to meditate. I'm going to run. I'm going to work out. I'm going to eat right. I'm going to do all these things and be a fundamentally different person. But the sad fact is, you're going to wake up tomorrow the same lazy piece of shit as you did today. Reason number 3 is people use up their runway all in one go. We all know that person who is all new year, new me, and everything's going to be different, and you don't know me this year, all that kind of stuff. I've been this person more times than I'd care to admit. But the problem with doing this is that talking about doing a thing and doing a thing creates the same kind of response in the brain. Like whenever you talk about all these different things you're going to do, the person you're going to become, it just elicits this dopamine response in the brain, and it makes you feel like you've already achieved the thing. As the author of the book Discipline is Destiny, Ryan Holiday, put it, talking about doing a thing and doing a thing vie for the same resources, so allocate them appropriately. In other words, stop talking about all the shit you're going to do and just go do it. Reason number 4 is a year makes no sense. Why does it have to be a year? Okay, so the Earth went around the sun one time. Okay, great. Why does my goal have to be in any way related to that? Don't get me wrong, I love New Year's resolutions. There's a reason I'm making this video. There's a reason I looked into this. But having it be a year is just too long and it makes no sense. Okay, if I'm suffering and I'm struggling in February to keep up with my diet, there's absolutely not a snowball's chance in hell you're going to find me with a salad in my hand in December. And then the final reason why most people fail is because there is no accountability anymore. 92% of people fail their New Year's resolutions, so who cares that Brenda didn't keep up her knitting practice? You know, who cares that John didn't run a marathon in the year because everyone failed? But the problem is that having this kind of form of accountability increases your odds of achieving a goal by 65%. Okay, great. So we understand all of the reasons why we're all failures. Great uplifting message, Matthew, thanks. What was the point in that? Well, the reason is because if we can understand all of the reasons why we tend to fail, while most people fail, if we can flip that on its head, we've got a surefire way of actually giving it a really good shot this year. It's the process of inversion popularized by the investor Charlie Munger, where you do the opposite of the things which guarantee failure to drastically increase the odds of success. And the good news is that I have a technique which takes 2 minutes, which addresses literally all of these different things. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to go into your phone or your computer and I want you to write down 1 to 3 goals for the end of March. But Matthew, this is supposed to be New Year's resolutions. That's 3 months. That's not a year. Yeah, I know. We're gonna break down into 3-month chunks, and we're gonna just do whatever we're gonna do. So if you wanted to do 48 pounds by the end of the year, great news. You're doing 12, and then you can do that 4 times, and you've done the goal. But the good news is that means if you're in February and you're really suffering, you're really starving, you only need to make it to the end of March, and then you can kind of regroup. Was that too difficult? Okay, we can change for the next 3 months. That's great. But the crucial thing here is I want you to get specific. What is the actual thing you want to be able to say you've done in 3 months' time? Next, I want you to type it into an email addressed to this email here, but crucially, I don't want you to send it. Instead, on the top right, you'll see 3 buttons, and I want you to schedule send it for the end of March 31st. And then, when I receive the email at the end of March, I'm going to send you one back, and I'm going to ask you, did you achieve your goal? If not, why not? And what are you going to do next? That way you have all of the accountability of having someone check in with you, but you're not telling everyone to the point where you're depleting your motivation to actually go out and achieve it. So crucially, do not go and tell anyone what you're going to do. Don't tell a single soul, and no one will know until hopefully you've actually just achieved it. And that's it, just a quick video from me, just a 2-minute hack. I hope it works. I look forward to reading some emails. YouTube thinks you're going to like this video, so check it out, and I hope you have a great new year. Bye. 色桑直到我们被笑成灰烬。